What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one. And yes, indeed, this is where we at here, people. Listen, look, man. So apparently, I've been, this information has ran across my feed and stuff like that, and I'm trying to figure out things too because this is new information for me. I don't know if it's new for you guys out there. Who knows? It just is what it is. Get down in the comments, let me know. But apparently, of course, people are being paid to protest. Now, the situation is going on in LA right now. Um, Apparently, people are being paid to go out there and do things. And we're going to check this out. We're going to quarter, nickel, and dime this thing because this is crazy out here that they're paying people to actually do egregious things, not just peaceful protests, but they're actually paying people to, do all these things that we're seeing unfold in California. So let's go here now. Let's check this out. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
Watch these guys. You tell me if these guys are paid or not. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm just documenting you guys putting all your protest stuff in a van. It's very nice of you. How far did you travel to come to protest today?
That's not really your concern.
Then why do you have like a van full of stuff? People wearing masks.
There's a road here.
Yeah, no.
Roads are great for transporting things and traveling.
Look at these people.
Just, I can videotape on a sidewalk, so.
No, I'm gonna stop you from videotaping it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna interrupt you guys.
I'm just trying to understand.
Just interesting you guys are putting everything in a van. And you're getting really mad about it. That looks really suspicious.
I'm just trying to make sure that you have, all the answers that you would
Are you guys paid?
So.
How much did
Watch the eyes.
Soros or Reid Hoffman pay you to come protest
Watch
Trump
the
today?
eyes.
Come on. Was it good?
Pause.
Did you get paid well?
Hey, listen, look, what I'm saying? That was from Value Entertainment. Shout out to them. If you haven't watched anything from Value Entertainment, go over there and check them out. Listen, look, what I'm saying? We're going to go here now. We're going to go to a news report first, and then I'm also going to dive off into a few other videos that I've gathered about this situation where people are actually telling the fact that they're actually being paid to not only just protest, but actually, they're going out there, they're seeing where things are being strategically placed for them to use to commit violence. So let's go here now. Let's go to the news report first about what the FBI is trying to find out about this protest situation. And let's go here now.
Continuing our coverage tonight, the FBI says it is now investigating the funding behind these anti-ICE protests in LA. Some lawmakers fear foreign influence and ideological donations are fueling the violence, and protesters are being paid. The National News Desk, Jeff Harris, joining us. These protests, as you know, they started organically following a massive ICE raid, but they have since taken a turn. You did some digging. Who is behind this funding?
So our researchers found there are two main organizations, Didi, involved in funding these LA protests: the Coalition for Humane Immigrant Rights and also the Central American Resource Center, both receiving government funding at the federal and also state levels. FBI Director Kash Patel announcing this week the FBI is investigating any and all monetary connections responsible for these riots, following mostly peaceful demonstrations in response to several immigration raids in LA late last week. Anti-ICE protests began escalating. Immigration officers assaulted, vehicles burned, and businesses looted. Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons calling it pure chaos.
If you have to watch out for a burnt car, that isn't a peaceful protest.
David Carter, who teaches criminal justice at Michigan State, says funding protests is not uncommon and not all are violent. But the FBI's investigation won't focus on the act of funding, rather the intent behind the money given.
Okay, so apparently there is a situation to where people are being funded to protest. Now, from what's being said with this news report right here, that it could be a peaceful protest, but obviously out in LA right now, it's no peace that's going on at all. So I definitely agree with what they said in the report right here. Like, what's the real agenda behind this situation right here? If you're paying people money to protest, what way do they need to protest? Not just, of course it's not peaceful. Obviously we see that.
Funding to support illegal activities would be unlawful.
Our researchers found 2 organizations heavily involved in these protests. The Coalition for Humane Immigrant Rights, who receives nearly $34 million a year in government grants, including private donations from Act Blue, a Democratic fundraising platform. Also, the Central American Resource Center is the second, receiving federal and California state grants along with private funding. President Trump speaking in Fort Bragg Tuesday, saying some protesters are being compensated.
They're incompetent, and they paid troublemakers.
A history professor at Cedarville University, Stanley Schwartz, compares what's happening in LA to the death of George Floyd in 2020. Organic, peaceful protests turning into organized, professional, and violent ones.
The conflict from the very beginning is citizens against law enforcement. So it becomes very difficult then to tamp down a protest as it's becoming more violent.
Now, Just the News also reports the Party for Socialism and Liberation, who has alleged ties to the Chinese Communist Party, were also involved with protests. Carter also telling us the FBI will likely look at infrastructure first to help determine where the funding is coming from.
Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. Listen, look, this is the reason why I titled it the way that I titled it, man. I didn't go too deep off and everything, but it's making common sense. Somebody has to have enough money and resources and things like that to reach out to people and try to, pay people to get out here and do certain things. And listen, look, when you live in a nation where there is a segment of people that are starving, technically, and also, lack, moral compass and things like that. Shit like this can pop off. This is crazy right here. So we're going to keep diving, of course. And man, this is wild, bro. This is wild. So we're going to hear from a few people here. And I want to go here now. Let's check this one out and see what's going on here. Quarters, nickels, and dimes at all times.
When I went to the last Tesla protest, this guy was telling every protester not to do an interview with me. So obviously he was being paid to be that insane. Here's him freaking out at Grand Central Station. Here's him calling to vaccinate the world. And here's him supporting, I don't even know what. You know the worst part about this guy? He could be teaching your child. That's right. He's a professor of health sciences at Touro University in New York. So who did he signal for help? Another paid protester, more specifically, his teammate. Here's her standing right in front of the college professor at a completely different protest. Here's her at another protest, and another. When I went to the last...
So this is what's going on here. These people are actually engaging. Obviously, we saw the facts here. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I don't want to escape this real quick. Let's go here now because I want to see this. Where is this at? Hold on, my bad.
Station. Here's him calling to vaccinate the world, and here's him supporting, I don't even know what. You know the worst part about this guy? He could be teaching your child. That's right. He's a professor of...
Okay, so obviously this is a college professor. Let's see, the School of Health and the School of Health Science. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? He's a professor. And, as we know, recently, within the past, maybe late decade, something like that, we've definitely figured out that our colleges have been indoctrinating, our children and stuff like that with all this type of crazy rhetoric out here. This is ridiculous right here. Why is a college professor out there protesting like this? Saying, listen, look, man, aren't you supposed to be teaching our children? When the fuck do you find time to protest? Man. Okay, well, everybody doing things for the money. It is what it is. So, okay, we're going to keep going and we're going to check some things out here because this is wild. So let's go here now. Let's see what this gentleman had to say about the situation.
Protesting the ICE deportations for the past few days. Besides the fact that I got paid $150 to do so per day, I kept seeing signs everywhere that this was being funded by somebody much higher than the person that I had met. For instance, they would give us certain streets or certain targets to go to, and on those streets, there would be pallets of things that could cause destruction to the community. I am not joking. For instance, you turn a corner, boom, there's a pallet of bricks. Oh, that's convenient. Let's destroy the community. And y'all know me, I'm a good guy, but I truly do not care that much about the ICE deportations. I just wanted that $150 a day. But I got to thinking, man, whoever is funding this must really hate this country. So as time goes on while we're protesting and things evolve, they evolve in a lot more violent nature. For instance, instead of there being a pallet of bricks on the target neighborhood or target street that we are protesting on, it'll be a pallet of flammable objects. So it was at that moment when I saw that pallet of Molotov cocktails sitting on the ground, I thought, man, should I really be doing this? Like, this is bad news. This is going to get way worse. Now, I'm not from Los Angeles or live in Los Angeles, so I don't really care about destroying that community, but I'm American.
Hold on here. Hold on here, sir. Hold on here, sir.
Molotov cocktails sitting on the ground, I thought, man, should I really be doing this? Like, this is bad news. This is going to get way worse. Now, I'm not from Los Angeles or live in Los Angeles, so I don't really care about destroying that community, but
So they picking people that don't even live in that place.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
And they're funding them enough to travel there. This dude here said he not even from LA. He don't even care about destroying that particular community. What is this? Like, I'm confused here. So this idiot right here is trying to make this statement about like he cares, but he doesn't care, and this and that. Dude, you need to make up your fucking mind. This is crazy right here. You know, he's like all over the damn place with his decisions and shit. He sound like a damn broad out here.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
He sound like a damn woman, just all over the fucking place. Well, I really don't care about the community, but then though too, as an American, I'm like, why, you know, this is crazy right here. I shouldn't be participating in this. Man, dude, make up your mind as a man, bro. What the fuck is going on out here? What is going on? This is crazy. And you know I'm telling the truth. This idiot is all over the place. What is this?
I'm American after all. Like, this is not good. Moral to the story is there are certain people in our government that wants us to go burn the local police station down, but in actuality, the corruption's at a much higher level. Protesting.
This is crazy, bro. This dude here, man. And you got people out there like that. That's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? They're getting paid, and, you know, they're not even from these places that they're having these protests in. They're getting, you know, flued out, I guess. I don't know. He said he's not even from LA, but he's out there getting that $100 a day or whatever the fuck it is. And he's seeing, you know, weapons of mass destruction being strategically placed around, but he's conflicted, right? He's conflicted about using set things, but at the same time, though, too, he doesn't care about destroying that particular community.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
What is this? These people, man, come on. Man, you gotta be kidding me here. This is wild. This is wild. All right, so we're about to go to this gentleman here. Let's see what he has to say.
I just got offered $200 a day to go protest ICE in New York. The organization was called No Kings. They said June 14th, we're going to be protesting, and these are the streets that you need to be on, and this is what you need to do. You need to cause chaotic disruptions, and they said that there's going to be pallets of like bricks and different things everywhere that protesters could use. They really want to wreak havoc. It's kind of ridiculous. Me as an American, you know, although I need the money, I'm like, this is very, very unpatriotic. If I was to go take this money and go protest, it's not very American. It's not what I stand for. It's obviously not even, you know, worth the time. But, you know, $200 a day is what they're paying people to go protest. The corruption is up here because it goes way beyond these organizations. They want to destroy America, and, you know, people like me that need money are gonna go do it. I'm not gonna go do it, but people are gonna go do it. They're gonna go destroy, the city and cause chaos. It's just crazy that, they're even paying people to go do this. It just goes to show that everything we deal with is corruption, and these people at the top level, like, who's paying for this? There's got to be some billionaires paying for this so that, they could try to get Trump out or something. But, $200 a day to go cause chaos is, like, crazy. Not worth it, but also, like, really fucked up. I just got...
Right. Shout out to him for that. Now it seems to me that, maybe this guy right here is not, of course, going to engage. It seems that way. We're only going by what these individuals are saying here, because this is crazy right here. Unlike the last guy, he's so conflicted and so confused whether he should throw a Molotov cocktail or not. And this gentleman right here is saying, like, listen, look, we got the inside scoop here. They are, sanctioning us to go out here and protest for $200 a day. He's getting 200. The last dude got what, 100 and some bucks and shit like that. This is crazy. This is crazy. And you got to think about it too. The mass amount of people that are being paid to be out there like that. That's, what I'm saying, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars a day. Hundreds of thousands, maybe a good $1 million a day, depending, a million or more for all those people that are out there getting paid every day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't quote me on the numbers, but it's up there. It's up there. So we're about to go here now and check this one out and see what this young lady has to say about the situation too.
Well, would you look at this? Have you guys ever wondered why the left has so many protesters and it looks like half the world is against Donald Trump? For showing up to the first gathering, you will get $200. For showing up to the second gathering, a filmed protest, you will make $1,000.
Damn.
So this protest is to show New York the great injustices of what is happening in Gaza. Whether you share these values or not, we want you there and you will be paid. So you don't have to even share these values with them. You can just be paid. But when we look up this email right here, when you Google it, this is who pops up. Soros, that's what pops in my mind. This is the other stuff that pops up when you Google that email. Weird. So if you've ever wondered why they have so many people at their protests, now you know.
Okay, so she's coming from the reason why the liberals have so many protesters at their functions and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, she was coming at a different angle from New York, things like that, which we haven't seen a protest pop off in New York yet. But, man, wow. This is wild out here, people. This is wild out here. Listen, look.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Listen, look, man. I'm telling you right now, this is crazy out here that this is going on. And it's sad to see this situation happening in the United States. It's supposed to be, the land of the free and the home of the brave, which it used to be, but nowadays it's a whole cesspool of crap. And this is where we at here. These protests and stuff like that, they definitely need to stop. If they continue on, it's going to be a huge problem. I don't think it's going to end up well in California. Definitely not. Nobody's going to tolerate that. They've already sent in the National Guard. They've already sent in the Marines. It's not going to end up well. And if this disease of protesting spreads throughout, definitely the liberal cities and things like that, it's just not going to be good. It's not going to be good, man. Listen, people, you know what I'm saying? Y'all try to stay safe out there, man. Y'all try to take care of yourselves. Make sure that you do your due diligence to, Do your best, man, to, you know, not get involved with none of this crap. You know what I'm saying? Especially with all this immigration stuff like that. Black people, y'all need to sit y'all ass down. This ain't got shit to do with us. For real, though. It ain't got shit to do with us. You know. But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. Like I always say.
And that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.